How's it going, everybody? My name's Artorigold, and today I'm going to be doing another VOD review of a Brigitte game that I had here on Temple of Anubis. I believe I'm on a Smurf account and somewhere around mid-masters to grandmaster, because we do have some grandmasters in this game. One of the more interesting things about the movement of Brigitte, which you just saw and you'll probably see here soon, is you can actually use your shield bash in combination with your whip shot, and you're able to just fly like... It's a really good, you can use it about 2 times when trying to do a rollout, and you can actually get up to places like up here that you normally couldn't. It's a really effective tool. The only thing you have to do that is you just use your shield bash and then use your whip shot immediately after as follow-up. So anyways, onto the game. It started. So one of the things here, this isn't normally where you'd want to position as Brigitte. As you can see, we have a Winston Diva dive tanks. So as Brigitte, one of the things you want to do with your positioning, and it's something I'm doing here, is you're just going to go into shield mode here, and you're going to use that to get that third-person view. So this is really effective for a few reasons. One, the enemy doesn't see you, but you see them. This also allows you to get the drop on anybody, especially good on people that you can do your 150 damage combo on, such as Tracer, and other people with 200 health, you can usually kill them pretty easily if they're alone as well. But at the beginning of every game, you do not want to reveal yourself. So here I see my Widowmaker get 2 picks. I'm going to rewind here. So especially on Anubis, there's basically 2 ways people can go, right? So you can either go into the left side, take the high ground, or you can go to the right and come around through this way. So what's happening here is my Widow is extremely good on Anubis for several reasons. She has a really good line of sight of this choke here, and she can also communicate which way they're going. So as soon as she gets those picks, I'm going to go ahead and push, because it's obvious that they're not coming this way, or else I would have saw them. So I know that they're going this way. And so I see that both of my tanks are now moving in from this side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push in from the other side, and hopefully we can just completely win the fight. Since she killed 2, there should only be 4 of them, so we should be able to clean it up pretty nicely. I believe I'm looking back here because my Widowmaker called that somebody was on her. It was a Pharah. I see the Pharah away here. So one of the things you can do here is you can just walk forward at this Zenyatta, but you're not going to really close the gap. So you're going to do that shield bash whip shot in order to close the gap a little bit. You won't have your cooldowns, but on a target like Zenyatta, you don't need your cooldowns to kill him. You could just hold down your left click and pretty much kill the Zenyatta almost every single time. And if you do get in trouble, you can just hold up your shield. So as you can see, you use that shield bash whip shot combo just to move yourself around the map. It's extremely good for Brigitte, who really lacks mobility. So this is a nice little technique that you can use. So here as Brigitte, one of the main things you want to do is you want to peel. You want to be defensive. You don't want to be too aggressive unless it calls for aggression, such as you know that the team fight is won. So being aggressive can be good to get staggering picks, because your abilities are best suited for saving people. Your heal is extremely strong burst heal, so it works super effectively on your heroes with very low health pools, such as your DPS or your other support. So it's basically like the best move in the world that you can use to just save them, and then also potentially just give them armor. And of course you have your flail, which knocks them away from people, and your shield bash. So your entire kit is basically built around being defensive and peeling for your team. So whenever you have people that are going to dive, that's what you want to do. So here we have the Widowmaker ult, right? So I know that we're gonna get dove on. It's not looking good. So I have to make a decision here. So my off-tank's dead, but their off-tank is dead as well. But here I see the Winston, and he's nanoed. So if I like shield bash him and flail him, he's not going to take any damage, and he won't care, and he's going to continue to dive. And then the second target we have is the Pharah, and there's no way I'm going to be able to hit this Pharah in the air, right? Brigitte is hard countered by Pharah. There's nothing you can do about it. So instead, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to try and flank and get their supports. As soon as you get close to a Zenyatta, it's just left click twice, then shield bash combo, and then he's dead. And that's it. For every 200 health character, that's all you need to do. And when you get into a Zenyatta especially, it's extremely easy to kill him. I do see the Genji here, but I'm going to go for the Zenyatta because he doesn't even see me coming. So 1-2, shield bash, right there. Just go in there, you engage 1-2, and then the shield bash combo, which is the stun, left click, then cancel the left click animation with the whip shot. The whip shot is the most damage that you have. It deals 70 out of everything. So now that I killed the Zenyatta, we have an advantage because they're out of it. Unfortunately, I missed the whip shot. Looking back at it, it's probably not the best idea to whip shot a Pharah. I mean, if you land the whip shot on Pharah, that's 70 damage, right? Which is huge, but it's not gonna kill her probably. I mean, her healers are dead. There's no way she's gonna heal up. But one of the things here is there's a mega health pack right there. So it's really not gonna be an issue for her. And plus there's a Junkrat. I believe, we have a Junkrat and a Winston over here. So there's no way we're gonna touch this Pharah. So I think the whip shot would have been way better if we just used it on this Winston or Genji. It would have been way better for our team. I made a mistake there. I'm going to shield bash the Genji, which is huge. Another thing to note is that your shield bash will go through Genji deflect. So it's a really strong ability you can use against him when he thinks that he's immune to damage. So here I'm going to play it slow. I missed the whip shot. It's really unfortunate I missed the whip shot because I'm pretty sure that Winston is going to die. He's just so low. So one of the things about whip shot that you need to take in mind, and this is what happens if we rewatch it. See, I use it on the shield. Flail does not go through barriers. If you use a flail, it doesn't go through an Orisa shield, doesn't go through Winston bubble, it doesn't go through Reinhardt's shield, doesn't go through a Brig shield. It just doesn't work. It doesn't do anything. So really unlucky, and because of that, I'm not able to kill him. So basically, it's like a 1v2 situation. My D.Va's actually doing really good work because he has his ultimate, so he was able to throw it out there and gets 2. It's actually so huge that he was able to get 2 with that ult. So Rally is a very strong ability, and one of the things you want to use is you want to use it before the next fight. Rally is really effective when you use it during a fight sometimes, but if you don't get the effects, but the armor generation is extremely low. It takes a while for the armor to kind of work up on everybody. So you want to use it before a fight. So you see here, I'm going to get it. We have like 4 people here. We have Junkrat. I think everybody's here but my Ana, who's already on high ground, which is a little unfortunate. But I mean, ultimately, you just want to rally as many people as you can, and you want to rally right before the fight happens, because the armor is just so good before a fight. And if you do it during a fight, it's not going to really save too many people. You might as well just use it before the fight, and you'll get the full use out of it. So yeah, make sure you use Rally before fights and use it as many as people as you possibly can. So here, I'm just going to try and contest this Hammond. I'm going to play really safe around this corner because my friend's antied. Unfortunately, I mistimed that heal. Clearing out some of the mines is decent. Not the best use of my time here, but stunning and just harassing the Winston is something you can do. I think more often than not what you want to do is if you're trying to harass a main tank, the main tank probably could kill you in the long run. Especially if he's like primal raging. So what you want to do is you want to do the flail at the end and the stun to just kind of annoy him. Just keep him in place as much as possible so your team can go ahead and get more damage on him, and more pressure. Don't commit to killing a main tank. If the main tank wants to escape, let him escape. Don't commit. The moment that you commit, you'll overextend and you'll be able to be punished, because most main tanks will be able to outdamage you. Reinhardt especially, he'll just outdamage you with his hammer swings. As soon as you don't have shield bash anymore, then he'll just swing your hammer and hit you with the flame strike as you walk away, and there's just nothing you can do. So tracers, you're the natural enemy of tracers. You're such a hard counter to tracers. My D.Va is so lucky here. She has no health whatsoever. So if you see the enemy team has a tracer, you want to focus her a lot of the time. Basically, you want to make it so she's not able to do anything. And also, alternatively, if you see that if you're playing a different support, so for example, if you're playing a Zenyatta, and there's a tracer who's just so good and he's just destroying you every single time, swap to Brigitte. And then show him how to do it wrong. So this is such a good play, and this is something you should try to do. I know there's a tracer behind. I know that my Ana's having tough time dealing with it, so I'm going to try to do it. But I'm not going to overcommit. I'm just going to go back. Tracer got away. As much as it is that you want to chase down that tracer and kill her, she has more mobility than you. You want to lure her into your kill zone. You don't want to chase a tracer. That's never going to work. So what you do instead here is you wait patiently for her. I know she's coming back. So this is exactly what we do earlier, right? We use our shield and we just get a third-person view, and we just wait for the tracer to come to us. This is what you should do every single time when there's a tracer. We know she's back here somewhere. I wasn't expecting her to move in so quickly, but that's perfect. We just wait for her. Wait for the tracer, come to you. Don't chase her. And then, bam. 150 damage combo. Tracer's gonna die every single time. There's nothing she can do about it. Just the ultimate counter. ultimate counter. So here we just clean it up easily because it's 6 versus 2 there. With the Tracer being dead, it was a lot easier to hold that point. So things to take away from this, she's really good as a third support as much as she is on a second support. If you play her as a second support, you need to play her defensively. You need to peel for your team. Whenever somebody dives, you need to make sure to shield bash and flail them away from whoever they're diving. Use your burst heal on targets that need it the most, such as squishies. Only use your burst heal on tanks if they really need it, or if there's just downtime and you're trying to get ult charge. Flanking as Brigitte can be okay, but you have to know when you do that, you can get some kills, especially if the enemy team has easy to kill targets like Zenyatta, but I don't recommend flanking all the time because you just work so well at abusing the enemy frontline. You can make the enemy tank, a main tank especially, like Reinhardt, Winston, they're going to have just a miserable time against Brigitte, and the pressure that you push out there on the front line is usually way more value than it is you traveling all the way to the flank. But most of the time, you get the most value as Brigitte playing defensively with your support, protecting from dives, and then playing on the front line with your main tanks. If you're running with more of a dive comp, then you kind of want to stick by and be patient. And like I'm doing right here with my shield, I'm just kind of waiting to see where my main tanks are going. Where are they going, right? And then as soon as I see that, I see their dive tanks go in. So here, I'm just going to play safe. And I know there's an Ana behind me, right? So both of their main tanks, one of the things when you have a dive combination, these two are going to be like partners in crime, and they're going to dive the same target together. And that's exactly what they should be doing. And that's what the enemy team is doing as well, because my Ana is behind me. So even though I'm not like a main tank, I put a lot of pressure. I could stun, I could flail them away, I do a lot of damage. I'm also healing myself. I can heal the Ana, and the Ana's going to heal me. So I'm going to play it slow, and they're not going to be able to kill me or Ana. They don't have the damage output between these two. They don't have the damage output to kill you or your main healer. So playing defensively is fantastic. So as soon as I see them turn around, I'm just going to go ahead and move forward. At that point, I just know that it's over for them because they got nothing. They can't dive the healers, and what's the point of a dive tank if you can't dive the healers? So at this point, the team kind of gives up. We got a really clean, easy sweep on attack. There wasn't too much to learn from that. But ultimately, it was a pretty good game of Brigitte. I know it was a much shorter game than usual, but I thought it was a really good one, so I wanted to share it with you. But anyways, that's it for now. Please leave a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you next time.